Hello y'all, this is Primetron Zero, and today I'm going to be doing another Transformers review about the character Ultra Magnus. Now, Ultra Magnus made his first appearance in the Transformers G1 animated movie, in the 1986 animated movie. And Ultra Magnus, he's an Autobot, and to me he's definitely one of my favorites, and he's similar to Optimus Prime. Like, he has the same similar off mode to Optimus Prime. He transforms into a Mack truck, but his trailer is different. And what's so cool and unique about Ultra Magnus is that he's wearing armor. Like, that blue and red is actually his armor, but without his armor, he looks identical to Optimus Prime. He's basically like a white Optimus. And the thing that go over his mouth that looks like Optimus, like he has that same thing that he has around his mouth, and it's actually blue, but he's similar to Optimus Prime. He's also very close with Optimus Prime. Now, in the G1 animated movie, before Optimus Prime died, when he was dying, and Optimus Prime was on the table, he was holding Optimus' hand, and he was saying, Optimus was going to give him the Matrix leadership. And Ultra Magnus was saying, Optimus, I'm just a soldier. I'm not worthy. And that's when he said to Optimus. Him and Optimus are very close. They fought side by side during the final days of Cybertron. He always, him and Optimus were very close. They were like brothers in arms, And it's actually a comic book. Now in the comic book version of Transformers, Ultra Magnus and Optimus are actually brothers. They are brothers. And I like that concept because they seem like they could be brothers, Because Ultra Magnus looked like he could be a Prime, So I just really like his concept. I love his G1 design. Now, Ultra Magnus made other appearances. He made many other appearances. He made his first appearance in Transformers Generation 1 in the G1 animated movie, 1986. He also made his appearance in Transformers Animated. He also made his appearance in Transformers Prime. In Transformers Prime. He came like near the final season of Transformers Prime. And I love his Transformers Prime design because it looks more similar to his G1 counterpart. But I really love his Transformers Prime design too, And they also have a lot of toys, Ultra Magnus, Like Ultra Magnus, like they have the Masterpiece Ultra Magnus toy, which looks really cool. It's the G1 version, and the toy, I think even the old toy, if you get the toy, when you get him, he's like a white Optimus, and you put the armor on, and he looks like how he looked in the cartoon, like he has that armor. So what he's wearing is armor. He's wearing body armor, and that's what makes him look a little more different from Optimus Prime. But without that armor, he looks like a white Optimus, And to me, I think he has the potential, to be a great leader. I think he could be a great leader. And to me, he's very strong. He's very tough. Like, I think he, one thing I can say about Ultra Magnus is he's very tough. He's not afraid of any Decepticon. And in the G1 cartoon, he's also rivals with Cyclonus. Him and Cyclonus are rivals, and they fought a lot. Like around the time when Hot Rod was the leader. When he became Rodimus Prime, while Rodimus Prime was fighting Galvatron, he was the one fighting Cyclonus. That's his rival, Cyclonus, and him and Cyclonus fought a lot. And one thing I could say about Ultra Magnus is he's very tough. He's very loyal. He's very close with Optimus Prime. They like brothers in arms, pretty much. They fought side by side. In many battles. You know what I mean? And they are really close. They best friends, you know what I mean? They really close. They like brothers. And and to me he's very strong. He's very intelligent, you know what I mean? And he has like weapons, you know, he has different weapons. He has a gun. He also has like these missiles that he shoots from his shoulders, from his armor, you know what I mean? He has different, and you know what I mean? And with his armor, one thing I could say with his armor, it makes him look more bigger, makes him look more taller, more bulkier, you know what I mean? And one thing I could say about him, he seems pretty big, and I sure do wish that we could have got to see him in the live action movies, because I really wanted that badly to see Ultra Magnus in the live action movies, you know what I mean? To see him with that armor, and you know, to see what kind of truck mode he will be, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he will look similar to Optimus Prime, you know what I mean? And with his armor, one thing I could say is with his armor is kind of like, it's sort of like similar to the same colors as Optimus Prime. Like if you notice, he has his armor has red and blue, but it seemed like it's more blue than red, you know what I mean? But with his armor, he looks more different from Optimus Prime, though. But to me, he seems like he could be a Prime, you know. And I want to know from my subscribers, what's your favorite version of Ultra Magnus? Is it the Transformers Prime Ultra Magnus? Is it the G1 Ultra Magnus? Is it the comic book version of Ultra Magnus? Is it the Transformers animated Ultra Magnus? You know what I mean? And one thing I could say about him is that he's very tough and he's not afraid to fight, you know what I mean? And he has a lot of heart. That's one thing I could say about Ultra Magnus, you know. And he's definitely one of my favorite characters of all time, Ultra Magnus. You know, he's definitely one of my favorites, you know. Especially next to Optimus, he's definitely one of my favorites, you know what I mean? And you know, to me, I really love his design. His design is so unique, you know what I mean? And I love how he wears armor, you know what I mean? So, yeah, like, to me, he's very tough, and he's no joke. He's defeated a lot of Decepticons, and I just love his design, and I just want to know from my subscribers, like, what's your favorite, moments with Ultra Magnus, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And, now I know in the G1 animated movie, at some point near the end, he gets shot up by Decepticons, by the new batch of Decepticons, which is Scorch and Cyclonus, and he blows up. But for some reason, you know, near the end when the Autobots find him, you know, they put him back together, you know what I mean? So that's crazy, you know. Because he was in pieces, but he got put back together, you know what I mean? So, that's something. But that shows how tough he is, you know. He got blown up and put back together, and he still was fighting, you know what I mean? That shows how tough he is, you know. He could take a lot of damage, you know what I mean? And, him and Optimus were very close, and it's something that Optimus was going to originally give him the Matrix of leadership, you know, and he was like, Optimus, I'm just a soldier, I'm not worthy, you know what I mean? He was saying he wasn't worthy, you know what I mean? So, which I don't know why he felt that way. He wasn't worthy to use the Matrix, to have it, you know, of leadership, you know what I mean? But he's definitely one of my favorite Transformers. He's definitely one of my favorite Autobot characters, you know what I mean? And he's very big, he's very tough, you know what I mean? And he's very strong, he's powerful, you know what I mean? I think he's just as powerful as Optimus Prime and just as tough, you know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? And I just want to know from my subscribers, like, do you like Ultra Magnus, you know what I mean? And, you know, he also made some video game appearances. He also appeared in Transformers, I think it was Fall of Cybertron or War of Cybertron. He made an appearances in one of them, I know. And he appeared a lot in the Transformers comics. Now, in the Transformers comics, he's actually Optimus Prime's brother, you know. You know, and to me, I felt like that's really cool, you know what I mean, you know. And he made his appearance around the same time, like Hot Rod made his appearance. He was like the new batch of Autobots that they introduced. It was Ironhide, it was Hot Rod, it was RC, you know what I mean, and it was also Cup. They were like the new ones that they introduced in the G1 animated movie, along with Hot Rod, you know what I mean. And I just want to know from my subscribers, do you think Ultra Magnus do you think he will be a great leader to lead the Autobots? I feel like he could be a great leader, and he seems like he could be a Prime, you know what I mean? He looks like he could be a Prime, and I just love his design, and he has different weapons. He has like a gun, he has some guns that's similar to Optimus Prime, and he's very tough. He's fought very strong Decepticons. He's fought Cyclonus. I think he has beaten Cyclonus, but it's time Cyclonus has beaten him, so as many times they fought him and Cyclonus, that's his rival, Cyclonus. He was also the one that says transform Autobot City, because in the G1 animated movie they had like a city that they had on Earth that transformed, and they used that for defenses against Autobots, against Autobot invasion, you know what I mean. And one thing I could say is he's a survivor. I have to say he's a survivor, you know what I mean. And he's tough. He's tough as nails, you know what I mean. He's awesome. To me, he's definitely one of my favorites, you know what I mean. And to me, I feel like he's Prime material, he has that heart to be, to be a leader, to be a great leader. I feel like he's just as tough as Rodimus Prime, Hot Rod. He's just as tough as Optimus Prime, in my opinion. And he's very close with his Autobot brothers. He's very close with Bumblebee, with RC, with Hot Rod, with Springer too, you know what I mean. He's really close with Springer, you know what I mean. And he's a great warrior, in my opinion. He's definitely a great warrior, and it's cool that they have a lot of toys of him, and they have different versions of him, you know what I mean. And I know in Transformers Animated he was also close with Sentinel Prime, because they also appeared together in Transformers Animated, because you had Sentinel Prime and you had Ultra Magnus, you know what I mean. And I'm trying to think, I think he also made an appearance in Transformers Cybertron, and I think he also made an appearance also in Titan's Return, then he made an appearance in Transformers Titans Returns, you know what I mean. And they have many toys of him. They have the Titans Returns, Ultra Magnus, and they have the masterpiece, Ultra Magnus, the power of the Primes, Ultra Magnus, you know what I mean. And I just want to know from my subscribers, what's your favorite Ultra Magnus moment, you know what I mean. You have a lot of people that's fans of Ultra Magnus, and it's cool that he has the same off mode as Optimus Prime, and he was definitely there when they defeated Unicron, you know what I mean. And one thing I could say, he's very tough, and I love his design, and he made many appearances, but I just wish that we could have got a glimpse of him. We could have got to see him in the Transformers live action movies, I would have loved to seen that. And it's cool without his armor. He looks like Optimus Prime. He's like a white Optimus,